Hi, welcome, didn't see you there. Welcome to Beyond Tech, where this year we'll be talking about AI. And in this episode, we have here the lovely Silvia Bechmann, our Mercedes-Benz.io CEO. Welcome. Today, we'll talk a little bit more about as AI is not just a technical challenge, but also a leadership challenge. And with your career path as software developer for nearly 2 decades, how's that influenced your perspective as a leader in these times of AI and this really fast tech wave that it's approaching?
Yeah, that's a really good point that you bring. No? We see AI, the big technology challenge, and I do see also that as a huge challenge around leadership, around mindset. And this is also what we can see in the data. If you look to big research, let's say one that I saw recently from McKinsey, they analyzed 90% of the companies are using AI in some business areas, and just 7% of those companies are able to scale. And then if you look, and that's why there are certain conditions in leadership that have changed completely. And let's just speak in speed, for example. You need to take decisions in a much faster way as leaders now. And we intend good or bad. What happens? The second element, scale. So it goes into the organization in a very fast way with big scalability. And a third element that is also a big change in those conditions in leadership is ambiguity. You don't have the answers. That's it. We do not know sometimes. And if you look to that, to those conditions in the leadership, I repeat, speed, scale, and also ambiguity, it shows that it's extremely important that the leaders invest in really mindset, and that you try here to have our people really curious. Yeah? Curiosity is a thing, and invest in learning, because learning is essential. Learning, we needed to take it all the time, with, of course, the responsibility.
Yeah, you touch on a lot of topics that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
We can even start with learning, and it's a really fast tech wave, this of AI. How do you make it ingrained as, for example, for a Mercedes-Benz.io DNA, AI? Do you upskill people like you talked about? What are the steps that one can do to make it AI as a company DNA?
Yeah, I think here it goes in 2 directions. Yeah, that you have, of course, from the top we need to set directions, and we have also the whole forum where we needed to let here freedom, autonomy, and how we balance this, because both sides are extremely important. So in a company, and let's start with the top, with this direction. It's extremely important that we here invest on an enablement of the people, that we give also directions in the terms of, okay, AI matter, pushing for the AI, and giving this clear message, it matters. It's something that we need to have here in behavior. It's our job. And then also showing here the importance of the responsibility, where we should not use AI, the whole guidance, yeah, and ensuring here the security, the quality, that's extremely important. So this from the whole direction from the company. Now from the bottom, at the end, this exploration for the technology, they're the engineers, the people who are working the project, the designers. Those are the people who are really the ones who are bringing the ideas. And I love to let here this environment with a freedom for experimentation. We are doing the hackathons. We are giving many also small sessions. We are doing certain groups where we empower those people just to explore, just to bring into these things on the table. And I used to say that learning is a behavior, is a habit. It's like we sleep, we eat, maybe, and we learn. That's it. That's the only way that we can really here keep this transformation going, because this will evolve so fast and we will never be ready. That's the big lesson.
So you're talking about an approach of, for example, from the top, which is like strategy, aligning strategy, and then bottom up the exploration, what teams can do. Now you've even talked about speed, and that's my next question. Like, how do we set up that exploration? Where do you put guardrails? Or we're moving faster than policies are being set? Where is the limit? How can we move as fast as the world is moving? But maybe that's not what we also want to do. But also let people explore while also having that policy set and guardrails. How can we make sure?
Right? That I will go then how we combine all those parts. Let's say strategy. Let's tackle it in a little bit direction from strategy, and we try to combine this puzzle and look into the strategy with 3 elements: people, business, foundation. So, and when you look to people, I mean, in investing all those things, the experimentation, enabling. So I think you guys saw here, once the co-pilot was already approved at Mercedes-Benz, I didn't do many rules to give it to you. I gave just the freedom. If you see you can explore, if you see create value, just go for that and you're going to have it. This is this freedom, this is the experimentation. And then also the hackathons, where you're doing once a quota, just come and pitching. Go there, even if you do not have idea, you find a group for you. If you haven't also then the idea and don't have people, you find people for you, but really putting here the energy around this topic, people. The meetups where you can share learnings, and also here giving lots of opportunities to learn, and giving also the room for showing this learning on the job that we can also inspire others. So this is this big pillar with the experimentation with the people. And then we have the business part, all the AI cases that are coming. So let's go practical here. In a hackathon, we have lots of cases. Are all of them cases that I can scale? And that's your point, because then we need to somehow select. So we do not let each idea scale, you let the outcome scale. So that's how you organize. And have the foundation part, where you have the whole here governance, the principles, the guardrails, the security part. One of these points complement the other. So let's say the people with the experimentation and the whole sparkling things, and then we go here in the how with the case and ensuring here that we're focusing the right things. And with this whole foundation, we make it possible for the scalability. So that's how we are combining. I used to say, and even come to the point that you touched before, this top down, bottom up. If you just give direction, you kill the whole innovation. That's it. If you just let the freedom without any direction, any checks and security and so on, you're just going to create a chaos. So this is the balance all the time. And you know, the real answer, is everything perfect? No. It's every day looking for the balancing and letting here combination, freedom and responsibility together, and that's how.
So it's basically strategies are just words, but then you need the people to execute them and to explore them and let live that exploration. We're talking about speed and how can we handle this new tech wave. As a leader, this is one of the fastest tech waves we had. Let me even roll back a little bit. What do you feel it's different? Because you also lived through cloud, mobile, and the agile waves. What does it feel different this time around with the tech wave of AI, like the AI hype that we're living in?
It's so huge now, you see the smile, as a learner and the curiosity. I love to see this whole evolution from the tech and everything. And I think what is different, and especially if I look to leaders, it's not more, the most important thing, the goal is not the certainty. the goal is really the learning thing, because it will never stop. I touched that it will never be ready. I took recently this training at INSEAD, so I was there together with leaders for different industries and also all over the world. But exactly these capabilities, leading under uncertainties, shifting the energy with this curiosity and learning willingness, I think this is the most important thing where a leader can do. And then it's a second thing. This is, for me, it's not a change, it's the confirmation that extremely, really the key for that. As leaders, we are the ones walk the talk. I mean, if I'm saying that learn is like that, and by myself you're observing me, and I'm not able here to talk to you about certain things that should be obvious, it does not fit one thing with the other. So that's why all of us, we should also have this and I think it brings so much happiness there, the ability for learning, for exchanging, and be closer to the teams. This combination, technology and people, is something that I believe does not go without each other.
I can see how you talk, how you're passionate about the topic. So I even will ask you something personal. How do you use it personally? We're talking about AI in a company, but how about personally? What are your workflows? For example, you talked about so much your passion for learning. Do you use it for learning also, for decision making, for critical opinions on things, on decisions that you need to make? Or do you use it? Do you use it much personally?
I do, and somehow I do like everything. So it goes in the, let's go deeply and personally. I mean, for the whole learning, I use a lot notebook LM. That's something that I helped me a lot in the whole thing. So during the studies, it's every evening lots of articles that you need to research and cases, and this is so helpful. And this interaction, I think, you make a little bit more depth here and go there. It's magical. And then I also used, this is also something that I bought privately, this is called Speechify, where I could make the whole podcast with some articles. So you need to combine fitness, so when I'm walking or so on, I'm hearing this, and that helped a lot. And I make fun with my family. Exactly now in Christmas, I created a song, and there is also this, I will not now make advertisement for all other AI tools, but it's so unbelievable. First I created the whole text with my prompts, and then everybody felt heard in this text, and then transforming this in a melody that it was enjoyable, and they were able to sing it. So creating also some images to inspire us, how we organize the whole scenario for our party. So it's, and even here also with the EMs, the engineer managers, at the end of the year, I also created a song for them. It's something that I have a lot of fun, and that's my call for everybody. Embrace that with the curiosity, with the responsibility. The responsibility is extremely on the table, and enjoy the journey. Instead of this fear, and fear is absolutely understandable, but how we can transform this fear into curiosity, that's the part, yeah.
Okay, you touched a word that I want to also go a little bit, which is fear, right? So we're talking about the good parts, the fun parts, but there's also a lot of people now that AI is being used a lot. You see people having fear of being replaced, or the fear of the work that they do be less human. But you even talked about how you've created songs, you created human moments around using AI. But how do you address those fears that people have? Do you still think this is just a co-pilot? It's just human augmented work, or what is your way to address these fears that humans now all have about AI?
And it's an important topic, right? Because the fear is there, and it's not just there because something new is coming. It's really because how this will impact my role, and what is with my job. Very important questions. So I think this we need really to hear. We cannot just keep this silent. For me, it's the first thing, yeah, that people can speak up. Psychological safety is something that we have here in our company, the way we work and all the things they just need to put on the table. Speak up, that we talk about it, and once we understand what's there, we can have dialogue. Many moments, it's like we change the job. This job disappear. It's like this will be another title for the job. Some of your skills, we need to upskilling, you need to continue this journey that I repeat many times with the learning, and then we have a new name for this job. So the human part will be always there, because just human can take the responsibility at the end. That's the touch. The responsibility stays with the people. And that's how we address. Then first talk about it, understand what are the things behind it, and then try to convert this energy from the fear in the curiosity. I think this is the main change that we have.
So you talked about CES 2026. Where do you see AI making the biggest impact for example, in our industry, or for example, automotive industry or software industry? Where do you see the biggest impact in the near future?
Yeah, I think in the whole industries, it will be huge. What I have seen in terms of in health, that's a sector that will change dramatically. In the automotive industry, and if you look to the videos, autonomous driving and how those roles will change, I think sometimes, you even need to think what you're going to do with your time, because
can hear the podcasts that we
this is going to be huge what will happen there, and there are also a change in the whole energy. We needed to combine the robotics with also the software part. That's where we can contribute a lot, but this is also a new world coming. I think that's mainly from the industries, mainly not, but those are the highlights.
We talked about your passion for AI and how do you personally use AI. Maybe it was even in learning, but what was your aha moment where this is just not another gimmick, it's really making it to have a big impact on me personally, on you personally, on the company as a whole, in the whole world? What's the aha moment where you see, okay, this is big?
Yeah, I think there are so many moments to highlight here one single thing, but we have many examples, and through what led me really touch is when I look to the hackathon ideas, what you have generated so far. I will not highlight here single ones, but how we can be extremely more efficient sometimes. That's amazing that you look, and it's not just me, Silvia, but also in the big groups here when I see this effect from the teams. And secondly, also doing things in a completely another way. So when you look at this conversational AI, how it can shift completely the model and the way you are doing things. And this inspires me. And I think this is also this trigger all the time. That's not just a one-timer, but you do something, then inspire the other people. This is the curiosity aspect, and then you build up on that. And I give you an example. You were also a person who was working this Carrelli, and we put this in the company. And then when you see others using this, and then recently, and Wolfgang is also with a team build up on that, where you're going to make, I think, the life of many roles in the company much easier. And you bring certain things on the top. And this is then the way that I see, wow, AI scaling in this exponential factor and everybody embracing. Those are the moments that I say, wow, then we're doing something right here. Yeah.
It's just not another tool in the belt. It's a really huge revolution that is coming. Then you talked about job fears. We talked about the human revolution. So let's do a really deep question. It's not that deep, which is, do you think the future of work is more human because of AI, or will be despite of AI. So where do you see that people will try to struggle more with the human element when now everything is AI driven or AI generated? Will there be difficulties in making communication more human again? We talked even in one of our episodes where we can create emails via AI, but then if I use AI again to summarize the email, where's the human element of communication there, right? So do you see the future becoming less?
Yeah, I got completely your question, and it's a very, very, very complex question. And nobody will have the answer. I have also moments that I'm wondering what will happen, because it's huge. I had just recently talked with somebody, and then I put a picture, changed certain clothes, and said, "Oh, let me use this picture," and it's not you. And this even with sometimes when you're talking with somebody who is not totally connected with this, how to distinguish perception and reality. Because at the end, perception can also be reality. It's a very philosophical question.
Exactly.
I love
Matrix.
those topics. Yeah, exactly. Matrix, we'll come to that. And that's why when we're talking about this, just to position it would be one day or the other. But then personally, what I do think it's our responsibility, leaders and everybody, it's really to let humans in the center and come and taking many times the questions from empathy, from values, from the emotions. I know there are also AI tools in this direction and with certain disruptions. Nevertheless, I believe that is also a big part of the beauty of our lives that we should not give up. Yeah.
And that's it. Thank you so much, Silvia, for having us. Thank you for watching and listening, and don't miss out the next episode.